Greetings from Las Vegas. We are at Santa Fe Station Hotel and Casino, northwest side of Las Vegas. And today we're going to be heading up to Mount Charleston, which is a way to escape the heat here in Las Vegas. We're already in the 90s.
It's already hot.
Yeah. It's, what is it, early June?
June 7th.
June 7th. Well, it's June, but it's, yeah, we're heading into the triple digits, and a lot of people here in Vegas head up to Mount Charleston to escape the heat. So we're going to do that and explore some of the areas. It's just beautiful up there. Yeah. So we like to start at a casino somewhere before we launch off to these places. We just had a nice breakfast here. Santa Fe Station opened back in 1991 under the name Santa Fe Casino, and around the year 2000, Stations Casinos bought them out, and a big chain of locals casinos here in Vegas. And it's a big place. Giant parking garage. We just had breakfast at the Brass Fork restaurant. It's just their casino cafe, and these are great places to visit. So these are like the locals' favorites among the city here. So if you get a chance, if you're in town and you want to stop by any of these Stations casinos, you won't be disappointed. Great for gambling, eating, shows, bowling, all that kind of stuff. So with that, let's hop on the bike. And Lori's got the Corvette Stingray today, and our friend Kevin's got his Camaro ZL1, and we're going to just go up and cool off up on Mount Charleston and take it a little slow, stop off at some of the scenic views, and just have a nice, fun day today out on the Triumph Tiger Rally Explorer. All right, we are heading out of the parking lot up to Mount Charleston. It's like there was some kind of an incident here. "24 miles or 28 minutes to get from here to the first stop, the hotel up there. So about 4 miles till our turn on exit 96. So, Mount Charleston, it's the tallest peak at almost 12,000 feet. So one of the places we're going to be visiting today is, everybody used to refer to it as the helipad or the helicopter pad. There's a ski resort or ski lodge up here, and that's at around 8,000 feet where you enter the ski resort area. And more than half of the year, this thing, you know what, I'm going to put this on cruise control just so I don't start talking and drift off there. More than half the year, there's snow up there, and we're 35 minutes outside of the strip. So it's pretty interesting. This is one of the tallest mountain peaks in the state. It's the tallest one in Clark County, one of the tallest ones in the state of Nevada. So, and I looked it up. Charleston, where does the name Charleston come from? Was there a Mr. Charleston or that it originally started setting up? No, it was, there were some southern folks from the North Carolina area. What is that, Charleston, North Carolina? They just decided to call it Charleston, Mount Charleston. So there you have it. It's not quite as exciting or dramatic as you might think. We do occasionally get wildfires up here. It's a real threat. There is a small community up here with housing and a Mount Charleston Fire Department now. So that's here to help. You know, it used to be it would be an hour before you could get to town. Used to be a lodge up here, Mount Charleston Lodge, very popular restaurant, and it originally started in the early 1900s and then eventually burned down in 1961. And they rebuilt it, reopened it, and then again a few years ago, unfortunately, it burned down again. So we hear, based on some of the news stories from the local news sources, it is due to start construction in the next few months. They're going to rebuild that thing in a new 2-story place with, you know, great views. It had great views. It's a wonderful place. Everybody really loved coming up here, and anytime you had friends come in from out of town, hey, let's go check out Mount Charleston. And depending on the time of year, a lot of times there'd be snow up here, so which kind of is a little bit of a surprise for people coming to the Las Vegas area, you know, during the months where you wouldn't expect there to be snow so close. So we are really looking forward to seeing that. So the next place we are going, start this up again, it used to be called the Mount Charleston Hotel. Now it's called the Retreat at Mount Charleston, and it is an impressive looking place. When you pull up there, we are 14 minutes away from that, and it's a beautiful location. We've stayed there once for a couple of nights. We went up for a craft fair, and it's quite dated. You can feel it. It's somewhat in need of maintenance. The restaurant up there is a restaurant in the hotel, so even though the lodge is gone, still a restaurant available, but the restaurant is somewhat lacking as well. It was a bit of a struggle when we stayed for 2 days to have the same restaurant for just 2 days. It was a little rough, but it's beautiful. The views around there are gorgeous, and the other big thing for Mount Charleston that I'm forgetting, aside from motorcycle and car clubs loving to come up here, is, well, you get the occasional super rugged bicycle rider that's going to try and tackle this 8,000 foot ascent, which is wow. But there are a lot of hiking trails up here, and it's very popular with hikers. There's actually, I haven't seen this one, and I don't think I'll ever do it, but there's even a loop that you can take that will take you to the peak, to the summit of Mount Charleston, all the way up to the nearly 12,000 foot height, and it's over a 16-mile round-trip hike. We've done one around the base, much easier, that's a 6-mile loop, and that was nice. That was a bit of a challenge for us. We're not seasoned hikers, but it was still a lot of fun and very beautiful. I think it said there are over 200 campsites up here. There are some RV hookups available in some of them, and over 150 picnic sites throughout this Mount Charleston Park area. So really nice. Oh, they're doing a craft show up here. There's that big ridgeline road that we'll hit eventually and take us over to the ski resort road. And we're gonna have this beautiful view of the hotel in just a few seconds here. Oh wow, there's a lot of cars here. Wow. My gosh. I wonder if this is the same craft fair we did last year. We're gonna have a little challenge here finding a parking space. Maybe over here. Oh, here's some open spots here. That's gonna have to do. All right, here we are at the retreat at Mount Charleston Hotel. We are going to they're having a craft fair here. I think this is the same one from years ago, and there's my poor little tiger. I tried, it's so heavy, I tried to park it and had to push myself back a little bit. There's this little lip here and I had to actually move it. I felt kind of stupid. Just glad there wasn't a whole bunch of other people watching. It's one of those embarrassing moments. But here's the view of the Mount Charleston Hotel. They actually used to have an ice skating rink right there, which is now just a dirt spot where a bunch of these vendors are set up. But this is great. Another good excuse to come up here for the craft fair. And look at the view all around us. Oh, now it's called the resort? What? Did they change the name again? The resort on Mount Charleston. Okay, I guess they changed the name again, or they just didn't change the sign. I don't know. So let's go on down and look around a little. Another nice view coming down into the Mount Charleston, the resort at Mount Charleston.
Yeah, and we had one we would do every year.
Big steps, big steps. Yeah. Nice little, like a cobblestone style walkway coming into the hotel. And then, I guess I should lose the glasses here. The entrance. It's a very cool lobby here. Wooden bears. We got a buffalo over there. There's the restaurant. Canyon restaurant. Buffalo character here. Big lobby waiting area. Our room was just down the hall there. Second floor access over there. Oh, and then there's also this is much busier than it was last year when we were here. This is really something. Then there's a bar in the corner back here. We have a little bit of bar top gaming, which is nice. Very active. This is great. We love to see businesses doing well in our area, so very nice to see. This craft fair is clearly bringing a lot of business up here. And then we have a banquet hall off to the left, which is where we were last year, with a whole bunch more vendors set up. And in the restaurant. Very pretty. But don't let that fool you.
Big family split.
I think I left a review at one point that said, just because you have beautiful views doesn't mean you get a free pass on the quality of your food. So, but this is where we were. Oh, our spot is actually empty. We were right in front of this little this window thingy here last time. But this used to be where the restaurant was, so you'd see the views out the back towards the mountain instead. And then out the side here, you get this view of these mountains. So it's really quite nice. There's even a spot here.
If it's like sand, but like usually like little kids will make it competitive.
If you choose to, you could even have, it's a little spot where you could have a wedding if you wanted to, with have the bride and groom stand right here with this beautiful mountain view in the background. Really nice place. It's like a gravel wash down there. And then we will continue up this road a little further. And well, you can see a car coming along the road. So we'll continue up this road a little further, and then we'll go up a little bit higher, and that's where the site of the old Mount Charleston Lodge was that burned down and will hopefully be resurrected soon, or at least they'll start on it later this year. So This is the resort on Mount Charleston. Wow, just look across the street too. What a gorgeous view. It's nice to have things like this available to us just outside of Vegas. 35 miles, 35 minutes from the Strip. Well, that's it for the resort at Mount Charleston. And we're gonna head up. Oh yeah, we did get to stop for some friends of ours from our last time here. Joyful Bites. Got some mini cakes and some amazing snacks. When we get an opportunity at one of our next stops, we'll get some of those. But wow, look at the view. How amazing is that? So we're gonna hop back on the bike, hop back in the cars, and head up another 4 miles near Cathedral Rock. As we head back to our cars and our bike here, we're realizing just how out of shape we all are. So back in we climb and sit our butts down. And look at this. I got a sexy new neighbor pulled up next to me. Wow. Let's head on up. A little further up the hill here. Pockets are all zipped up. Yep. Let's do it. Here we go. Get that breeze flowing. Oh, that's better. Or Lee Canyon. Oh, geez. Lee Canyon Road. I always get that mixed up. But yeah, that's the road we'll be taking in a little while. So there are all kinds of campgrounds along here. Look at the view straight ahead. Man, that's just beautiful. There's even a little snow up in there. There's some campers. I'm gonna guess these are probably, well, I don't know. I think when I came up here before, I don't know if it was a holiday weekend or not, or if it was just a Friday. But I think the campgrounds actually had signs up that said, no spots available, campground full, that sort of thing. Kyle Canyon picnic area. Picnic area full, campground full. All these vehicles. Wow. Like I said, very popular area. People come up here and they don't want to just turn around and go home. They pull off on the side of the road. There's a trailhead there. So I guess this is the Kyle Canyon area, and Lee Canyon is the one on the other side, maybe. But just beautiful. And notice this, snowblowers on the roof, because, yep, they have to take snowblowers off there to clear the roof off, or to clear the snow off the top of the roof. If they don't have a significant peak or a significant angle on the roof like that one, the other one was a little too flat. So you get too much weight up there and it could cave in the roof, I suppose. So you got to get a snowblower up there and knock that stuff off. They have 2 of them up there. And here is the fire station between there and here. Mount Charleston Library. That's all really just for locals, though, I believe. But it's good to have the fire station up here now. Been here for quite a while. So instead of having to wait an hour for a truck to get up from town, they have a much faster response time if there's, or when there's an issue. Whether it's a lightning strike or somebody's fireplace throwing out embers or whatever. I never did hear the story of what caused the fire up here at the lodge a few years ago, but it was a complete loss. Trail Canyon closed. Mary Jane Falls closed. We've been up Mary Jane Falls before, I think. Myself and Lori and a friend of ours went up hiking. I think that was the one we went up, and oh my gosh. And there was this weird little pool or water spot at the top of it, and it was switchbacks. We thought we'd be, I'll race you to the top, and you get about a quarter of the way up and you realize what a dumb idea that was, because you're going straight up the side of a mountain and it's all switchbacks, and yikes. But so many different skill level hiking trails available for people up here that's part of why you see so many people. And this is what I was talking about when I was up here before. These streets are just lined with cars. Probably for the residents, it's somewhat of a bummer. Okay, so the map is telling me, Cathedral Picnic Area Road, you could turn right up here. We're not going to do that. There's a parking area up there, and I don't know how busy that would or would not be. But so this is technically the lodge. They had Mount Charleston Lodge. It says it right here. They have cabins for rent, and they still do. No public parking, no public restrooms, but you can stay here in one of these cabins. And the actual restaurant lodge, you can see this empty space right here to the left. So that's where they're going to rebuild, supposedly. So, and then there's just a circle drive turnaround thing here. Cathedral Park picnic area here. And that's pretty much it. So this, for again, car clubs, motorcycle groups, whatever, coming up here. And this is the view you get from the restaurant. You're just looking out the window. I'm gonna pause for a moment here if we can. Yeah, you park right here, look out the window, and what a beautiful view. So hopefully this will be back by the end of the year or next year. They have a little sign here. Location suitability, tavern, liquor license, and Class A gaming. So it looks like they'll have maybe bar top poker or something like that available. So we'll see. Looking forward to it. Cabin office right there. What a beautiful area. Little community here. Silvertip Trail, Knotty Pine Way. Wow. I don't know though. I mean, these look like beautiful areas. And the guy's like, he was giving me the guy walking was giving me the, hey, there's a police officer behind you sign. And I'm like, dude, I know. He's right there. And we're crawling, so no big deal. He's probably a rider. But I don't know if I would want to live in this particular stretch right here with all these hikers parking here all the time. But this area, whoa, maybe. Super beautiful community there. So I'm guessing you don't get a whole lot of, random traffic, tourists, whatever, driving up through there. Look at how beautiful this is. Man, oh man, look out your window and see that. Sip a cup of coffee in the morning. You got 4 feet of snow or you got a sunny Saturday morning, either way. And then this, coming back this direction. Yowza. I could do this every weekend. Soaking up the scenery is good for the soul. Elevation 7,000. We're back down to that. Fletcher View Campground. So that one even has a sign that says RVs and electric hookups available, or RV support, campground full. Definitely plan ahead before coming up. If you think you're going to come up camping, book your spot ahead of time. If that's even possible, I assume it is. Fletcher Canyon Trail. We made a commitment, Lori and I made a commitment a long time ago, or a decision that was, we used to camp a lot with the kids when we were younger, and it was great. Had a lot of good times. But as we got older, we started to realize everywhere you go, somebody's already built a place that you can rent to sleep for the night. You know, cabins, hotels, motels, B&B. You don't have to take your own shelter with you. You can just stay in theirs. And after a rainstorm, you don't have to pack up a wet tent or have the kids sleep in the car when there's a thunderstorm versus being terrified in their tent for the night. So all those little things. All right, here we go. Lee Canyon. This is where we're turning. So yeah, that's our thing. We like going to all these places, but we also like the simplicity of not needing to set up shelter everywhere we go. So we're heading back. There's the hotel again down there below us. What a view. Just got to be careful. Don't want to drive off the side of this one. Woo! That'll be no fun. Scenic overlook here. Some kind of a, I assume that's some kind of an antenna or a telescope or something up there. The big round ball at the top of that hill. I don't know how visible that is from the camera, but pretty cool. Okay, here we go. So these are the real spectacular views, or the real spectacular hiking trails, and then you get a whole lot of people parked. North Loop Trail. Okay. North Loop Trail. That might be the one that's one of the 16-mile trails where you can actually, I don't know. This seems pretty far away from the actual peak, though. That wouldn't really make much sense. Unless that's what you want, is a 16-mile hike. Desert View Overlook, quarter mile. This might be the one I was thinking of, but it also, well, let's see how congested this is. I think we can park here for a minute. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna do just like these guys. Okay. So we are at the Desert View Overlook at the Spring Mountain National Recreation Area here. And this is one of those cool places where you can just see for miles and miles and miles. And this is the one I was talking about, where there's some signage up here that talks about how at one point this was, she's getting those pictures. At one point, this was all underwater. Well, maybe not up here, but down there it was. So, the short trail leads you to a spectacular view of the desert valley. Wheelchair accessible. View evokes different reaction from different people. So there's a big, you walk up here and there's a big viewing area up here. So, let's take a little stroll and see how far we get down here and enjoy the view. So here we are. Looks like this is the end of the line. Yeah, it's not very long. A little trail here. And again, it's a bummer all the signage is gone, but hopefully it's being returned soon once it gets a refresh. Oh yeah, okay. This is a good view here. Very nice. This is one of those times when you kind of wish you were a skilled drone operator like, what is it, Eric and Unamoto or Norali and Ichi Boots and their dramatic drone footage they always get. And there's the road over there heading on up. So, wow. Yeah, very nice. Definitely great place for a quick stop. Stretch the legs a little. And for point of reference, you head down into the flatlands down there and then hang a right south. And that takes you into the Las Vegas Valley, just down that way a little bit. So not too far. Real close to all the action of Las Vegas. Just a beautiful, peaceful area up here. Okay, here we are. Kickstand is up. Nice little time at the Desert View Overlook. Let's head on up to the ski resort now. And off we go. And these are the sticks, these orange sticks on the sides, so they, when they get so much snow that it covers up the guardrails and maybe even the street signs, the sticks are a little taller so the snowplow can see where the edge of the road is, especially on these corners. I remember in Upper Peninsula, Michigan, my mother used to live up there, and that was common up there as well. When you don't get exposed to snow very much, it's hard to visualize that you're going to get so much that it's taller than most people. Another trailhead. Stop sign. Oh, are we already here? I didn't realize this was so close to the turn. Okay. Ski area and campground to the left. Speed limit 35. This is the gorgeous stuff. This is where if you're only allocated, I don't know, 5 or 6 wows a day, you're gonna use them all up right here. Lee Canyon Road. You're gonna go into overtime wows here. This is so pretty. I just feel like you could reach up and grab that. Slow down a little. It's just stunning. There we are, 8,000 feet. So I don't know, the helipad must be 8,600, something like that. Maybe we were at 8,400 earlier. Kevin was remarking that he thought he saw something that said 8,400, something like that, and then we came down a little bit, so yeah, maybe that was the case. Avalanche Trail. I don't know if I want to live on Avalanche Trail. Maybe camping in the summer is okay. Man, it's just hard to take your eyes off of that view to the left there. It's incredible. I guess I can sort of understand why somebody, a rock climber, might want to look at that and go, I'm climbing up there. I'm going right up the side. Not me. You just got to make sure Spider-Man's in the area, because if you fall and he catches you, because everybody gets one. Old Mill picnic area. We haven't actually been to. One of these days we need to come up here and, I don't know, bring some Subway or something like that. Take advantage of one of these 150 picnic areas up here. Oh, what do we have over here? Oh yeah, there's a horse. Right over there. I don't know if that's a wild horse. It very well may be, or if somebody rode him up here. This is the area right here. This is the spot. I can see Lori's taking advantage of that, peeking at the horse back there. This is the spot where families come in the summer. Oh, there's some more. Yeah, these are wild horses, faux show, for sure. Look at that. How cool is that? Wow. Come out here and play a little frisbee, have a little picnic, just hang out, enjoy the fact that it's at least 20 degrees cooler than the area you left down in the valley. So nice. And then in the winter, these same areas right here, you come and bring your cardboard box or trash can lid or whatever it is, and do some sledding right there, potentially. There may even be sledding options available at the ski resort. I'm not sure. I've never actually been to the ski resort in the winter. Just love it up here. Reminds me, it feels a little bit like northern Michigan. And I think this is the area right there. I'm not positive. Where you head off on a 6-mile loop that brings you back up to the helipad or the ski resort area, and then right back down here again. We did that a couple of times. I did it on a mountain bike one time. And tip on that is start here. Don't start up at the top. Start here, because then when you end, you're walking downhill to your car. Versus the last little bit being going uphill, because you're already tired from the 6-mile thing. Wait, what is this? Closed. What? It's 12:19. So are we not supposed to be? What's going on? I don't know what the deal is. Let's see what we see. If there's other cars up here, other people are coming. I wonder if that just means the actual facilities up here are closed. Oh, look at this, right in front of us. It's so gorgeous. Wowzers. And then this straight ahead, that's the, that's the trail. Those are the ski runs right there. You can see the ski lift going up. But yeah, there's definitely plenty of cars up here. I wonder if we're better off, geez, just parking down here? I don't know. We're gonna go up and do a little loop and come back and see what we see. There are a lot of people up here today. Lee Canyon. It's a tight squeeze going through here. Wow, this is bonkers, man. Some kind of mountain biking thing, it looks like. I may just have to turn around and come back. Wow. Okay. So there's some kind of big mountain biking event. I'm just going to come up, turn around, and head out. Oh, they're following me up. I wasn't sure if they would. I'm gonna do a little U-turn here. And park like this. Why not? This'll work. Here we are up at the top, as far as how far you can drive up here, and man, what a gorgeous 360 here. It's just so beautiful. And as Lori pointed out, it looks like what they're doing, huge mountain bike event, or maybe this is just normal. It looks like they're letting them take their mountain bikes up the ski lift so then they can bomb down the ski runs on their bikes. That's cool. I'll take a little walk up here and check this out. Now what I was saying earlier about hiking, if you want to do the 6-mile loop from that road that was just down the road just a bit from here, this is kind of a trailhead here. So at one point we parked in this area and we walked, and then you go all the way around this whole, I don't know, this rim here, all the way around, and then back down. And then just before you get back to your car, you have to walk all the way up the road that brings you up here again. And we realized, oh, next time park down closer to the campground where the road is, so you're not walking uphill for the last few steps to get to your car because you're already pretty tired. At least in our case we were, because we're not avid hikers. We just thought it was pretty. There's a nice view of the road coming up, and what I was talking about, what you would have to walk up coming up here. But yeah, mountain bikers, hikers, paradise for a lot of that stuff. Skiers in the winter. What a great location. So let's head down and see what is available in the actual ski resort area. This is heading into the Lee Canyon Ski Resort area. A lot of mountain bikers in here. What a cool concept. This is really pretty. Look at this entrance here, man. What a view right here. Remember we saw, I think it was on one of our hikes, we were finishing it up, and there were wild horses roaming around on the ski runs. You know, this time of year type of thing. But
We passed 3 or 4 of them.
yeah.
I stopped and was trying to take pictures.
So this is the summertime ski resort situation. Passes and people that have just come down from the mountain bike trail. We had at one point, there was something here, knife throwing and axe throwing and stuff like that, maybe even archery, things like that. So very interesting. We'll see what's available this year. On mountain dining. I guess that's what we have up here, and then a little gift shop. Very cool. Tons of mountain bike stuff, t-shirts, hats. Very cool. Wow, look at all this.
I wonder how much it is now.
I don't see any of the archery stuff anymore. It looks like it's just full-on mountain bike attraction now. So, oh yeah, there you go. You can see the mountain bikes going up on one lift, and then the owners right behind them, right there. Yeah, an empty. Oh, a rider. Yeah. There you can see. So it's an actual
Like a
okay,
motocross.
like an actual trail with berms and stuff. Well, which makes sense. Yeah, you can't just be bombing straight down. I had no idea this was such a big thing up here. Okay, that's awesome. So smart, such a great use of this area. So this is, what do they call it? Bighorn Grill over here, and then Bruin Burrow Coffee House, grab and go and other stuff. And we've been in here before. This is pretty nice. Big indoor eating area. And yes, restrooms are available outside the little grab and go coffee shop. Tons of indoor seating here, although the temperatures are so nice you don't necessarily have to sit indoors. So yeah, let's get something. Let's get a fufu coffee. So we're at the Bruin Burrow coffee shop, and I got a cinnamon roll. She got a blueberry muffin, fufu coffee, fufu hot coffee, or hot and cold. Friendly staff. I asked a couple of questions. It's really busy up here right now as far as what we've experienced in the past, and she said it's a little slow this weekend. Really? Great. That's excellent to hear that they're doing well and there's a lot of business, and that probably there'll be tomorrow there'll be even more business. They get live music up here on the weekends, and I asked, you can still take the ski lifts that we were looking at a minute ago that are taking people up with their mountain bikes. You can go up those just as a spectator. You have to buy, she suggested if you want to do it, you buy tickets in advance before you come up here. And you can't get off when you get up to the top if you're just being a spectator. You just ride it up and it rounds a corner and comes right back. Probably like, actually let me hold this up there. There's a family up there right now that's coming down, and that's probably exactly what they did, which would be nice. We keep talking about doing that with our granddaughter sometime, but we keep forgetting. So anyway, great way to get away from the heat. 40 minutes outside of Vegas, do it. Whether you're here as a local or as a tourist, this is great. Come on up and enjoy the beauty and friendly people. And if you want a full meal, there's one there, and I believe there's upstairs from us, there's a bar. So all kinds of options. Come on up and have some fun. I thought this was kind of a cool view here. You can see people bring their bikes up, just push them right up on that little ramp, and then they just wait for the next seat to come up behind them and hop on that, and right up this mountain they go. Really cool. Look at that. 3 people. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't even need to stop. Somebody monitoring it the whole time. They wait for the next seat. And up they go. And then this one here is just the observation one, a spectator thing where you just sit and ride. So a separate spot from the actual mountain bike lift. So very nice. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. Another nice weekend trip outside of Vegas. Good times at Mount Charleston Ski Lodge. And seems busy up here, but boy, the local attendant said it's kind of a slow day. So what a view in the background here, though. It's just fantastic. So until next time, if you enjoy content like this, you like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And until our next video, drive carefully and come back soon.